Your school grades are meaningless. It's skills that you want to get. I was recently having a conversation with a friend, and his kids wandered in the room, and I asked him about school, and the conversation just kind of kept going and going and going. And I ended up making the statement that I did when I started this video, and my friend looked at me like, "What have you done to my kids?" So I want to bring the context, because I wish somebody would have told me this when I was going through school. The grades, the information that you're learning is all secondary. What you really want to go after is to get a skill. That is, to find something that is useful to this world and learn that. Let the education and the information follow that skill rather than the other way around. We are in this world where we have students going to school and they go through year after year, and you need the basics. You need reading, writing, math, right? That's good, right? But then we go on, we're like, and then foreign language, and then calculus and physics and chemistry and PE class. And you just keep creating all this giant conglomerate of information. You keep adding in, and you have this student that walks into the employment world, right? And says, "Hello, employer, I have all this information." And the employer is like, "I don't really care that you have information. I need somebody who's skilled." And so you have this big dichotomy of like, okay, information and needing skills, and they just don't line up. And so you have almost disenfranchisement. People are like, all of that was useless. It's not useless. It just wasn't packaged in the right format. I'm after creating a revolution of sorts. And this is at the heart of why we homeschool our kids. But go after the skill, right? And then grab the information that you need to achieve that skill, and then you have something really useful. I want to give you a couple practical examples, and then I'll wrap this up, right? So we live in Arizona, backyard, lawn, right? I have 7 kids, 3 of them are boys, and I'll go to my boys and I'll say, "Backyard, your job. Here's what I want. I want the grass green. I want it watered. I want no leaves. It's winter right now. Leaves all over the place. I want the pool swept. I want it to look great, right?" And they're going to come up to me and be like, the little one, the 5-year-old's like, he's starting to pick up leaves already, like halfway through my conversation. The older one will be like, "So, how do I do that?" And I will go, "Right question. Let me show you. First thing that you're going to need is the leaf blower. Let me fill in the information, right? And then I'll go piece by piece, leaf blower, lawnmower. Let me show you how to work this." And before long, my boys have a skill of learning how to make sure the backyard is clean. Now, I know I'm like, they can now go clean people's yards. And in one sense, I'm like, heck yeah, they can. That's great. Like, let's start them off and get them off into the world doing that. But let me get a little more practical. So I know a lot of you are kind of like, okay, well, I'm trying to start a career. I'm not just trying to, clean up yards. Well, look at businesses. What do they need? I mean, I work in the IT, the technology realm, but I'm just one element of all the things that a business needs. They will need, and I'll start even a little lower level, they need a network. Okay, I don't know how to build a network, maybe. So I need to get a skill on how to do that. Well, before I just start learning information, going after a certification, let me make sure. How many people really need networks? Is this something that is a thing? I mean, can I go to a business and say I can do networks, and they'll be like, "Yeah, we need that." Like, find that out. Like, take the time to dive in and find out what skills are really needed first. Then go after the information to achieve that skill and the experience to achieve that skill. Then you're there. I want to scream and shout from the mountaintops. Stop going to school. Stop going to college. Stop getting certifications. Stop all of this until you have an idea of where that's going to be. You're going to spend so much money, and you're going to have this giant thing, and the employer's going to be like, "Oh, I just needed that." And you're like, "I did all of this, and they just needed that." So find out what that is first, right? And then learn from there. It's that simple.